In this video, let us see method of false position to solve the algebraic and transcendental equation. Formula for method of false position is x is equal to a into f of b minus b into f of a by f of b minus f of a. So the first question is find the root of x cube minus 4x plus 1 is equal to 0 using method of false position. So here as usual let us consider the function f of x is equal to x cube minus 4x plus 1. That is, we have to consider the equation to be equal to 0 and you take the left hand side part as f of x. Now let us identify the roots, range of the root, range where the root lies. That is, we start from f of 0. So 0 minus 0 plus 1 is 1. Next f of 1 is 1 minus 4 plus 1 means this is minus 2. So this gives you positive value and this gives you negative value. So obviously the root lies between positive, that is 0 lies between positive and negative, and hence the root lies between 0 and 1. So here we can say that the root lies between 0 and 1. So out of these two, let us take this as A and this as B. So now since A is considered as 0, 0 gives you function value is positive, and for B it is negative. So this we can mention it in the table. Now let us form a table like this. So here A gives the function value positive and B gives the function value negative. So we have considered 0 as A and 1 as B. Now we have to calculate f of A, f of B. F of x is what? X cube minus 4x plus 1. So f of A can write like this, f of B can write like this, because we need these values to calculate the root x, because this is the formula. So if you calculate separately like this, then it will be easy to substitute over here and you can find out what is the value of x. So assuming A as 0, what is f of A? It is 1. Next f of B is what? Minus 2. Now we have to substitute everything, all the values here over in this formula. If you want, we can do it separately. Okay, so separately you can put it over here. That is, x is equal to A is what? 0 into f of B is minus 2 minus B is 1 into f of A is 1 divided by f of B is minus 2 minus f of A is 1. If you write like this, it is easy to calculate. So if you simplify this, you'll be getting the answer as 0.3333. So this you have to substitute here, 0.3333. Next, for this 0.3333, again you have to put it over here because we want to find f of x for this x 0.3333. So again similarly we have to substitute here in the function. This will give you the value minus 0.2963. So this is negative. So negative means what we have to do? We have to change this b value. So x should be replaced in place of b. So here we have to put 0.3333. A remains the same in the second iteration. Since A remains the same, f of A will also be the same. And what will be f of B? F of B is nothing but f of 0.3333. Already we have calculated here. So this you can substitute here. No need to calculate again and again for the same value. Okay. Now we have to find out x here. Again using like this, you can do it in the rough work so that we can write the calculated. So it will give you 0.25714. Now for this 0.25714, again put it in the function here. That will give you 0.01155. So this is again negative. Since it is again negative, here B will be replaced by 0.25714. This will remain the same for the third iteration. So this will be the same. Here we can replace this value directly here, 0.01155. This we have to calculate. So calculating it, we will get 0.25420. Again for this, f of x will be minus 0.00037. Again this is negative. right? So negative means this b should be replaced by the new value. A remains the same for the fourth iteration. So f of a will be the same, f of b will be this value. So this you can put it over here. Now for this f of b, you have to calculate here. So this will give you the answer as 0.25410. So again here the function value will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. So again this is negative. So this b should be replaced by the new value. A remains the same for the fifth iteration. So f of a is same and f of b is this value we have to write, minus 0.00001. For this you have to calculate the formula. So formula we are getting it as 0.25410. Again for this we will be getting 0.00001. Okay, so it goes on like this. So if you see this x value, this x is the root, right? So here iteration number 4 and 5 gets repeated. This 4 and 5 gets repeated, right? So we can conclude that this is to be the solution to the given equation. So we can write here, hence the root is x is equal to 0.25410. Hence the root is x is equal to 0.25410. So while doing the calculation here, since the formula is little bit complicated, so please do it separately and then you can put it in the table.